If you have very few or zero close friends, this might be the most validating 3 minutes of your life. Because what most people call lonely, psychology calls something else entirely. Before you assume it's about social anxiety or bad luck, here's what research actually shows. People without friends often share 5 specific personality traits, and none of them are flaws. In fact, some are linked to higher intelligence, deeper self-awareness, and emotional resilience. Let's decode what's really going on. First, high self-sufficiency. You're extremely self-sufficient. Most people need external validation like oxygen, but if you don't have friends, chances are you've built an internal world so rich that you genuinely don't need constant social input to feel okay. Psychologists call this low affiliation motivation. Your brain simply doesn't reward you as much for social bonding. You're not broken, you're wired differently. You get fulfillment from ideas, projects, solitude, or creative work instead of group belonging. And honestly, that's rare. Most humans panic without a tribe. Second, brutal honesty. You value honesty over harmony. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Friendship requires performance, small talk, fake enthusiasm, editing your opinions to keep the peace. But people without friends, they often refuse to play that game. If something feels fake, forced, or shallow, they'd rather be alone than pretend. Studies show that highly authentic people struggle to maintain friendships, not because they're mean, but because most social relationships are built on polite lies, and you just can't do it. You'd rather have 0 friends than 5 fake ones. Third, intense selectivity. You're insanely selective about who gets your energy. Most people collect friends like Pokemon cards, but you operate like a museum curator, 1 or 2 priceless pieces, or nothing at all. It's not snobbery, it's self-protection. You know that surface-level connections drain you, that group chats feel exhausting, that most people will disappoint you if you let them in. So you'd rather wait for someone who truly gets it, even if that means waiting forever. Quality over quantity isn't just a preference, it's survival. Fourth, comfort in solitude. Solitude doesn't scare you, it recharges you. And people without friends, they've mastered solitude. They don't need Friday night plans to feel alive. They don't panic when their phone stays silent for days. They've learned to be their own best company. Research shows that people comfortable in solitude have stronger self-concept, better emotional regulation, and less fear of abandonment. You're not missing out. You're just operating on a different frequency. Fifth, past betrayal or trauma. You've been burned before, and you remember. Let's get real. A lot of people without friends aren't antisocial by nature. They're self-protective by experience. Maybe childhood taught you that people leave, that trust gets weaponized, that vulnerability is punished. So now, your brain treats connection like a threat, not a reward. This isn't a personality flaw, it's a survival adaptation. Your nervous system learned to prioritize safety over belonging. And until you feel genuinely safe, friendship will always feel like a risk you're not willing to take. So, if you don't have friends, it doesn't mean you're broken, boring, or unlovable. It might just mean you're self-sufficient, honest to a fault, ridiculously selective, comfortable alone, or protecting a heart that's been hurt too many times. And honestly, all of those things take strength. You're not missing out on life. You're just living it differently. If this described you, drop a comment. I choose quality over quantity. And if you want more psychology that actually gets it, hit subscribe, because here we don't shame outliers, we explain them.